Delighted to welcome back, I think for the third time this season, to Tim Taylor, sporting a fairly... what happened to the eye then, Tim?
Just training the other day. Yeah, it was a bit of tackling practice. Yeah, caught an elbow in the eye, so...
Looks painful, but I'm sure it'll heal. And the other, one of our upcoming younger players, Jordi Pasqualin. Welcome, Jordi. Switching on helps.
Hello. First time, obviously.
Just so that you get some practice, let's start with you. Gives us an opportunity to meet our younger players when we have these chats. So let's find out a little bit about you while Tim sits back and has a rest. Where did you start your rugby interest? Was it at school, or were you, like many other people, football first and then convert into rugby?
No, I was rugby all the way from very young. I attempted football, I think, when my mother tried to get me out of the house because I had too much energy, but I turned out to be pretty useless at it. So as every kid, I hated it because I wasn't good at it. So yes, I came to rugby coach and enjoyed it straight from the off.
So which school were you at?
I was at a school called Rushmore when I first started playing rugby until I was about 10, and then moved over this way and went to the Kingsholm Gloucester since I was 10 or 11 through to sixth form.
A lot of people, me included, don't know the mechanism that takes place between playing at your school and then ending up in the Gloucester Academy. Can you fill me in on how that happens?
Yeah, well, back then it was fairly straightforward. You went through, your school would put you forward for district trials, and then if you get put forward to that and you were lucky enough to be selected, then you would go on to counter trials. And then all these trials all the way through to England, there are selectors watching, and then they pick up quite a few players at that age and start training them and developing them, and then slowly but surely as you get older, they them down until they're about 18 where they offer a few a contract if they're still interested in doing well enough.
So I know that you've had the representative honours at age group level. Are you now out of the age groups?
I am. I'm too old now, which is a strange feeling. But yeah, now it's just senior rugby for me. That's the goal, I guess, long term. Senior rugby and Saxons.
Well, last Sunday you concluded the match against Wasps with a superb kick into touch that allowed my heart rate to return to something normal. As always, I only ever seem to see you playing in the rain, so be careful, there is a water tank above there and you might get wet in a minute. But Tim, as I said, Jordi finished the match last week. It was, for us away supporters, a little bit of a surprise, but it must have given this squad this week a tremendous boost to move into the top four.
Yeah, I mean, the last month or two we've been really, looking at winning these away games however we can, because we started off poorly in the past few seasons. We've been quite poor away from home as well. We always seem to turn up at Kingsholm, but that's been a massive focus for us over the last few weeks, getting these away wins. And the boys last week did an awesome job. Conditions weren't the best, and the forwards really turned up, and the backs, Nicky put the ball in the right areas of the pitch, and made the mistakes, and we came away effective, which is good.
And of course, as I say, it's now put us into the top four, and tonight's match London Irish, next week Northampton, followed by Bath. A grand chance really for us to put daylight between us and those challenges.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's great being in the top four, and we've still got 2 games in hands on a lot of the other teams. So yeah, we're in a good spot, and it's just like training in the weeks really stepped up in intensity, and that's really showing at the weekends as well, I think.
All of us there were absolutely delighted. One slight worry that I'm getting from supporters, Jordi, is that if we look back a few weeks, we had one of these double-header situations. Saracens in the LV, hammered them out of sight. A couple of weeks later we played them in the league, and they nearly reversed that, not with a big win, but they could well have snatched a victory. Similar situation tonight. Can I take it that the lads that will be out there won't be showing complacency, and how do you deal with having beaten the team so comprehensively just 2 weeks ago and play them again tonight?
I think it's going to be a massive challenge for the boys out there tonight, because like you said, when we played Saracens, it was a lot tougher the second time. I think that's because they come at us a lot harder. We've done our analysis on them, and they've done their analysis on us, so they'll know what to put right and how to try and neutralise us. The thing for us is to not overthink it this time, and just go out there and play the performance that we know we can do, and take the lesson from the Saracens situation and go out there not overconfident, but believe that if we stick to our structure, we can put a quality performance in and do a job this year.
I certainly hope so anyway. But Tim, we played last Sunday. Slightly unfortunate that we're playing rather a quick turnaround. Will the players have fully recovered from last Sunday, or would it, obviously it would have been better to play in a weekend rather than a Friday night, but will they have got over last week's exertions?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I mean, the boys, the strength and conditioning staff at the club really take into consideration that we've had a lighter week. We have the Monday and Tuesday off, and the Monday you really concentrate on recovery. You go to the pool, go on the bike, get in the ice baths, have a massage. It's all there for you to help get back to full fitness. And the coaches again know it's been a tough game last Sunday, and we've got a short week, so again training's still intense but just shortened down a little bit.
And Jordi, you're almost certainly going to be involved against London, not against London Irish, but having been involved in the LB Cup all the way through, generally because Rory's been away. Well, you're learning, but the chances are you're going to be involved in the semi-final against Dragons in a few weeks' time. That's a fabulous lift for the club and for a young player like yourself, isn't it?
It's massive. I mean, I remember last year when we had Cardiff away in the LB semi-final, and that was a fantastic game. And, I had an incredible feeling when we won that game when I came on towards the end. So I want to replicate that this year and do a job. But I think it's even more important for us because we lost to them earlier on in the group stages. So we want to take it to them again. We're at home and in front of the shed. We seem to be pretty unstoppable. So we can take confidence going in knowing it's a home game, and knowing we need to beat them and beat them convincingly. I think we can do it.
Then turn the third consecutive final into a cup-winning one.
Yeah, that's the target. It's definitely doable. We've put in some cracking performances against all teams we played. Some, the best teams in there. We've beaten the likes of Leicester and Bath. I think if we did get to final, it's likely to be someone like Harlequins, and we've beaten them already this year, so we can definitely go in there confident, knowing that that's the way can be ours.
We really need it this time. Tim, and I sort of insulted Jordi by suggesting that he was third in line in the scrum half stakes. That's what his mother told me anyway. And I'm going to insult you slightly now by saying that you're one of the more mature players in the squad. We've had Henry Trinder, Johnny May, and now Jordi talking to us in this pre-match build-up. We've got a fabulous set of youngsters here, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have. I mean, Jordi's, 21? 20? Trinder 20, Johnny May 20, Sean Knight, the young prop 20, who got to go with the Saxons the other week. And it's Freddie Burns is still very young and great future. And hopefully the club can keep holding the board and really push them through, like the likes of Hazy and some of the older guys that are still here today.
And of course, one name you didn't mention, but still young, but I guess becoming more established. The man frightening all opposition now surely is Charlie Sharples.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sharps, yeah. He doesn't look that young though, but no, he's playing very well at the moment. He's just so quick. And same with Johnny May. Both of them have the speed on their side. So yeah, it's good to have him on the wing to finish off some tries. Yeah.
I noticed that time's running out, so if I could just finish with you, Jordi. A scrum half, key position in the team, you're the one that gets the whole thing moving. Is it a big advantage to you that the head coach, Brian Redpath, is a international scrum half, or do you get a few more bollockins than everybody else?
Quite mixed. It's great to have someone so knowledgeable above you to try and learn from. I've always been trying to ask him for extra sessions here and there and all of that, so he really knows his stuff, which is massively helpful to develop. It's also a downside in training. He'll notice absolutely everything from the scrum half. Any slight mistakes, he's going to pick them up and he's got an eye on the hawk, so that's the downside.
And you will notice that I promise not to mention that at home you throw the ball to your mother who catches it in a washing basket, so at least I kept that promise. Jordi, Pasqualin and Tim Taylor, everyone. Thank you.